with Chicago?
Well, in the next few minutes and at the top of the hour, as the new millennial arrives in the Middle West, we're going to take you live to Chicago, where there's lots going on. This is McCormick Place.
And in the state of Texas, Granbury, not too far from Dallas-Fort Worth, our own Candy Crowley's there, and they're getting mighty close to the big 12 o'clock.
In New Orleans, the Big Easy folks are going through their countdown.
And to Mexico City, where the mariachis are playing these. This is just a hint of what's ahead. We are now 5 minutes and counting to midnight in the Central Time Zone, Mexico City, points north and south. We'll be right back. It is a little over 2 minutes to midnight Central Standard Time, the next time zone to step into the new millennium. Through the heartlands of America, CNN will take you to the latest celebrations for the arrival of 2000.
We'll also keep track of celebrations continuing in other parts of the world where the new year got a roaring welcome.
From Canada through mid-America to New Orleans to Texas and Mexico, we are in cities large and small.
CNN coverage of Millennium 2000 rolls on right now.
In your upper left-hand corner, the Windy City, the largest fireworks display in Chicago's history, about to get underway. We are at 1 minute and 8 seconds and counting.
People in Granbury, Texas are poised in the town square.
In New Orleans, our own Lou Waters told us 78 square blocks jammed with people.
Mexico City, where 200 mariachi bands are ready to salute national glory and fame.
And back we go to Washington, D.C., the Lincoln Memorial, live pictures, fireworks continuing into the night. It is now an hour into the year 2000 in the nation's capital. This was the plan all along. There would be fireworks earlier, closer to the Washington Monument. And at 1 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 hour into the new millennium, fireworks over the memorial named after the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln.
Less than 10 seconds, the new millennium arriving in the Midwest, also in Winnipeg, Canada, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Here it is.
Fizzled. What was that? This is Chicago, right?
seen before, the good folks at CNN love showing around the world.
Yes. Yes, if you can hear me, yes.
On down to San Antonio. Watch ya.
When I was just a baby, all my mom told me, son, always be quick going on your way with a gun. Yeah, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Well, cry, 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 cry.
Very interesting as we watch the fireworks over Lake Michigan on the shores of Chicago. Guess what? Last year this time, this city and its residents were suffering under 22 inches of snow. And Jeff Flock, have you seen a flake tonight?
Not a one, Bernie, and you know, it's been a beautiful night, and you can see the fireworks are just gorgeous. It's been unseasonably warm. These people are tremendous, but the reason that I think I couldn't think of any better place to be than Chicago tonight is the people that you see. The faces from literally 200, I think, and 205 is now the total, countries from around the world. 2 people from each of those countries coming here. You know, a pharmacist from Albania, a priest from Bulgaria, a farmer from Indonesia, a housewife from Mexico. The list goes on, all coming together in Chicago tonight, which has always been a melting pot, but probably never more so than at this very moment. as this new millennium, perhaps if that's the way you look at it, is rung in here. And it's really been an extraordinary evening to spend time with these people and just watch the whole world come together, both on CNN as well as here in Chicago. Bernie.
Jeff Flock, our Chicago bureau chief. Pretty pictures.
You know, we don't have cameras everywhere, Bernie, that is turned midnight in the Central Time Zone, but let's mention again some of the states: Wisconsin, well, Illinois, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, Texas, Oklahoma, plus parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and most of Kansas. And not only that, in Central America, Costa Rica, El Salvador, the Galapagos Islands, Guatemala, Honduras. We've already seen pictures in Mexico, and let's not forget Nicaragua. And Bernie, you mentioned Winnipeg, Canada. A big chunk of Canada has joined the millennium.
And as an Illinoisan, we can't forget the next door Hoosier state, Indiana. They have varying time zones, so it comes and it goes in that state. Let's go down to New Orleans and see what the folks in the Big Easy are doing. Lou Waters is there.
Already someplace that they have to be, such as at the Red Cross Gala at the Hyatt Hotel right across the river. That's where News 8 Austin's Nicole Traynor is.
Watching the Rockets, red glare, green glare, any kind of glare you like, but we have an interesting situation. I may have told you earlier that because of the warmth of the day, it was mid to high 70s today here in New Orleans. Cold water, we got fog rolling in, and some of these rockets going up can't be seen behind the mist. No signs of disappointment among the crowd that is packed in here. As I mentioned earlier, the French Quarter is packed in, and some of those have spilled over here now onto the Riverwalk to watch the show, and it's packed in here. This is the culmination of one heck of a week here in the Big Easy tonight, with Fats Domino and Cyril Neville appearing down at the Hyatt Hotel. We have the Neville brothers over at the Harris Casino here. Dr. John moved through here early in the week. As you know, music is always great here in the Delta. Some of the best local blues bands anywhere in the world are here. But if you can't afford those tickets, all you have to do is walk along the street here in New Orleans, and you'll hear music on every corner. And that's the way it's been all week long. Tonight is no exception. This party is liable to go on quite some time into the night, as you know. It's not as big as Mardi Gras, but it's just as enthusiastic. And this kind of party can tucker you out. And tonight just might do the trick. Bernie, Judy?
I don't think it's going to tucker Lou Waters out.
He doesn't look tuckered.
He sure doesn't. All right, if that's the picture in Louisiana and New Orleans, some nice romantic pictures, indoors and outdoors. We got those same 2,000 glasses, sunglasses that we saw at Times Square.
Lauren Sidney has a pair in Las Vegas. Fred Hickman has a pair in Times Square.
In the neighboring state of Texas, the town of Granbury, our own Candy Crowley is there keeping an eye on the celebrations. Candy.
Well, Judy, I think as you can see, Fred had Times Square and Wolf had the Washington Mall and Christiane had London, but the crew and I will always have Granbury, Texas. And I can tell you that at midnight, there was no difference in any of those places in Granbury. There was the countdown and there was the crowds kissing one another, and of course always the fireworks. So basically what they did here was wait all night for this one moment, as they did all around the world. They love, of course, being able to say to the world, this is Granbury. They consider this their moment in the sun or under the bright Texas sky at night, at any rate. So they are pretty much wrapping it up here as you think they might in Texas, with some country western music and the burst of fire. As you can see it in the air here. We'll have Brian turn around just so you can watch Granbury say hello to the new millennium. Actually, when the clock struck, the town square, which of course is where they all surround and go to their activities, all go around this town square, was absolutely packed. They all stayed here until the midnight hour. One round of Old Lang Syne, a lot of them took off. So there is, of course, work still to be done tomorrow. Some of them said they just wanted to go home and go to bed. Others are going to linger on here, listen to some of the music, and party into the night, which they have been doing since about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So Granbury celebrating like the rest of the world with some fireworks and some good cheer and a little music. Judy and Bernie?
Candy, I think I already know the answer to this question, but Bernie and I are assuming that the people of Granbury have made you and your colleagues feel very welcome on this New Year's night.
Yeah, it's you know, it's one of the nice things about going to a small town is you cannot, you know, word got out that we were here. They couldn't have been nicer, obviously. I mean, this is good for them. It gets Granbury on the map. It's a tourist town, so of course, you know, they love the publicity, but they really have gone out of their way. They have loved having us here, and boy, we got peanut brittle, homemade peanut brittle, you know, all kinds of local delicacies. So yeah, they were delighted to have us here, and delighted to get their 15 minutes of fame.
Well, we're glad to send them CNN's very best. Thank you, Candy Crowley.
When we come back, we're going to drop in on the capital of Texas, Austin. We're going to take you to Winnipeg, Canada, to see how they ring in this new millennium, and New Orleans once again as the year 2000 rolls across the United States and Canada.